Joining us now for a conversation is DMK MP Tamilashi Thangapandian. Ma'am, I want to ask you about the trade deal that has been recently spoken about between India and the US. So it seems like the tariff percentage is coming down substantially. What do you have to say on that?
The greatest worry for us, especially the member of parliament from the opposition party as well as a citizen of India, is that why does the announcement have to come from the US president sitting in his capital? If at all any deal was struck initially, it has to come from our prime minister, from our capital. So when US president announces it, we just wonder what's happening. He was initially unhappy with the way India was having a relationship with Russia, buying crude oil from them. Now, after the cut down, people are suspecting that India may be forced to get oil from Venezuela because he has his eyes set up on Venezuela. So that might, question our diplomatic ties or our proclamation. India has proclaimed itself as Vishwaguru. So what is happening now? When you are silent, when PMO is silent, when External Ministry Affairs Honorable Minister is silent, why the President has to announce the tariff from the capital of USA?
Also, what is your reaction to the union budget that was recently announced in the parliament? Like, despite the fact that Tamil Nadu is having elections in the next couple of months, it looks like there is not a lot of announcements from Tamil Nadu, and the CM has in fact alleged that even elections are not making the BJP make fund allocations for Tamil Nadu. What do you have to say on that?
It's a huge disappointment and betrayal to the interests of Tamil people and Tamil Nadu. In fact, I would say that nothing concrete has been announced for Tamil Nadu. No special initiatives, no larger schemes regarding railways, no vision towards the future of Tamil Nadu. In fact, I would say already allotted long pending amounts. Say, for example, the pending amount of 3,112 crores regarding the Jal Jeevan mission. It was already allotted, but it's pending, it's not yet given. The amount which is promised for the education for all, SSA funds, 3,548 crores, it has been pending. See, this is not like a one-time lapse. It's been a continuous discriminatory approach, betrayal towards Tamil Nadu. This discriminatory approach by the union government towards Tamil Nadu is a thing to be really condemned. Our share, for example, our finance minister has also stated that, Thangam Thennarasu has stated that Tamil Nadu's share of the union government's tax has been reduced by 1,200 crores. Our chief minister, M.K. Stalin, has been requesting a devolution of the devolution amount to be increased to 50%, but it still remains the same as the 41%. So nothing, even in the eve of the election, if they are not willing to give, the Prime Minister speaks about the heritage of Tamil, the rich legacy of Tamil, he quotes Tirukural everywhere, he, comes in, declare open the statue of Rajaraja Cholan. Whenever there is election, he always does that. But even before the election, if there is no announcement, that shows that BJP is well aware that it's not going to win in Tamil Nadu. So that is why it has not announced anything for Tamil Nadu.
In light of the elections, did you expect the announcements basically?
No, it has been the precedence with Bihar. That is one of the tactics of BJP so far. If at all there is an election, they will announce huge welfare measure schemes as well as many initiatives. So we were expecting at least that way, even though they are totally against the interest of the Tamil people and Tamil Nadu. Maybe, probably because of the elections, they might accept our pleas and requests, but that also hasn't happened. That's very sad and disappointing.
Today, the Supreme Court has set aside the Madras High Court order that put an interim stay on the Tamil Nadu government's law that states that chief ministers can appoint vice chancellors instead of the governor. So, how do you see this win for the state government in the Supreme Court today?
See, it is Supreme Court's verdict. So, at the moment, I'm not able to comment upon it. But as a chief minister who has been an upholder of federalism, always our chief minister have insisted the right of any state, the right of the state, and so many bills have been pending here. Very, very progressive bills, very, very important bills have been pending here without the cooperation of our honorable governor. So it's a concern of the chief minister to appeal.
Do you think the chief minister should be given the power to appoint vice chancellors for universities instead of the governor?
Personally,
How does the DMK justify this stance?
see, DMK has always been, if you look upon the history of the federal principles in which DMK based its party, you can clearly state or you can clearly understand that the chief minister is people's elective representative. You have to remember that point. Any day a people's representative holds more power than an appointed person. That is the first and foremost standard in which the people of Tamil Nadu believe in, and DMK party as well as our chief minister is insisting on that point.
Ma'am, a final question. Today the ADMK has announced its second set of poll promises. Education loan waiver, and of course earlier we saw that they told that they'll be giving 2,000 rupees to all the women family heads, and now they are telling that they'll waive off all the education loans and 3 gas cylinders for each ration card holder. So how do you see these poll promises by the ADMK? Because it looks like they're taking a lead when it comes to manifestos and poll promises.
No lead at all. It is just taking stickers and then putting those stickers, pasting those stickers on all the schemes already announced by the DMK government. We had announced 1,000 rupees for our women, which is a very successful Kalaignar Urimai Thogai, and we have given free bus ride, which is a right for working women, which is a very hit. People call them as Stalin buses, and pink buses are named fondly as Stalin buses. So what is the point in just merely replicating those schemes which were a hit, which have already been implemented by the DMK? So we are not a little bit worried about their announcements.
So they are not taking any lead.
They are obviously, because we had already taken up the lead 5 years ago and we have won the confidence of the people, and definitely we will win again also.